Hi YouTube. Second try at this intro, and I want to be super boring, but you know what it is. You know what it is from the title. So let's just get into it. Philip DeFranco, Philly, one could say Philly D style DeFranco. That's what the D is for, is the D in DeFranco. We're gonna start with Just Can't Get Enough by the Black Eyed Peas, which was the number 10 top hit Billboard top song in 2011. Now, Just Can't Get Enough kind of sounds a bit chintzy to me. You know what I mean? You get out a candy wrapper and it makes that chintz, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like a Werther's, you unwrap a Werther's original and you just kind of crinkle it. You're like, wow, that sounds like a product. That sounds like a cheap product. That sounds like someone with an original idea at one point kind of got ran through some kind of machine, system maybe, and then they came out the other side, um, owning a factory. Just being a capitalist. Yeah, being subsumed by capitalism. Okay, I'm so sorry. Can you tell I love the word subsumed? It's my favorite word actually. It's like top 10 word for me. But anyway, I feel like every Black Eyed Peas song from 2008 or whatever is like high key Will I Am was subsumed by capitalism. So this is actually a Marxist reading of the Black Eyed Peas. Just kidding. I'm not that smart. But yeah, I just can't get enough to me is like their peak candy wrapper moment. Like it just, people will talk about bubblegum pop. Like, oh, you put the bubblegum in your mouth and you chew it and then it gets all white and pasty and grosser and worse texture and then you spit it in the trash or on the floor and then someone steps on it and walks away. And that's like some metaphor for pop music. But for me, I feel like the candy wrapper is actually more emblematic of some of it. Like you think about that candy wrapper. What does that candy wrapper do? It holds something that is effervescent. It holds the emotional bliss of a singular piece of candy, which is gone very fast, but then it's still kind of left over, lingering, and it never fucking goes away because it doesn't actually recycle itself. Like it doesn't decompose. You just put it in the trash when you no longer want to see it anymore, and it ends up in a fucking landfill somewhere, right? Polluting things. And that's kind of how I feel about the Black Eyed Peas music. It's not the bubblegum. It's the bubblegum wrapper. Okay. I hope that I hope that was a good analogy, though I kind of doubt it. Moving on to Moves Like Jagger. Now, I feel like it kind of pisses me off that people have kind of misinterpreted this song seemingly on purpose. They're like, "Oh, Moves Like Jagger. Jagger didn't have great dance moves." And it's like, dude, it's not a song about dancing. It's a song about fucking. I I've seen videos of Mick Jagger going like or whatever the fuck he did. I don't think it's about dancing. Like there are all these pop songs which, good example being like Physical by Dua Lipa, where they're like, "Oh, don't stop dancing, don't stop dancing. Dance with your partner. Feel up your partner, it's dancing. Put your dick in me, dance with your dick." And it's like it's like we're not actually talking about dancing. We're just not. So I don't know why the charade has continued this long. It's 2022. Just just make the song. But back then it wasn't 2022. It was 2011. And so they were alluding to sexual moves with Moves Like Jagger, the phrase, is my interpretation. So I think it's just a bit silly to be saying, oh, well, it's dance. Mick Jagger wasn't a good dancer. Like, okay, and neither are many people. Why is this noteworthy? It has nothing to do with the song. Now, I will say, not in defense of Moves Like Jagger, the Christina Aguilera feature, not good. Not good. L, F, even. L or F. Interchangeable letters these days, or so I've been told. She just has a very strident voice, but no chemistry with Adam Levine. It's very short. It's like, you know the fucking white editions of songs? Like pop songs, sorry, that sounded stupid. Pop songs where they would have a rapper on it for like 30 seconds and then they would like remove the rapper for the white people radio edit version that they would play on like, I don't know, fucking suburban radio, right? It's like Christina Aguilera was given one of those features. Like, there's nothing of her on the rest of the song. It's just for those, like, short minute, or, I mean, less than a minute, obviously, like, half a minute that she's on there. And the whole time, her vocals are, like, nothing. Like, it's giving the worst Beyonce performance. Like, no emotion, just loud. Just strong. Like, strong is not an emotion, sorry, Christina. And it's not making you sound hot. Like, you know, I'm not saying that women, when they make songs about sex, have to sound like willowy. They don't have to be giving Janae Aiko, but they shouldn't be giving rock. They shouldn't be giving marble pillar. Okay? And that was what Christina was giving in that song. So anyway, that's my commentary on Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5 featuring Christina Aguilera. Now let's talk about Super Bass. It's fine. I think Nicki Minaj, it's actually been really sad to watch her career kind of flame out because she does have she does have some really good flows. She does have great personality. She is like a magnetic presence. So, you know, I feel like Super Bass was like a glint of something that was gone thereafter. So, it's a song where I listen to it and I'm like, wow, think about the 2010s we could have had, you know? No, why am I connecting? I'm about to connect Super Bass to Donald Trump. Just unhinged. I'm just an unhinged person if you couldn't tell already. But like, I feel like the better version of the 2010s, there were more songs like Super Bass. Like, Nicki Minaj had more hits and they were good. But that's not what we got. Okay. Now, Grenade by Bruno Mars. This song is really weird. Like, it's another one of those ones where I heard it as a kid and I was like, surely this makes sense to grown-ups. And now I listen to it when I've heard it and I'm like, no, it does not. It still doesn't. It's like, I was like, oh, well, I've never been in love, so how would I know? Or I've never dated anyone, so how would I know? Now, I wouldn't say I've been in love, but I have dated. And like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I get strong emotions in love, but I guess it kind of contrasts with the sound, the like pop focus of the song, to just be like, have this really weird vibe. Like, it's just a very, very strange vibe. It's kind of giving Who Can Relate woo. I don't know why. It's the same thing as that Logic song where it's like, you have this kind of serious thing going on, but it's all wrapped up in this, like, pop construct. Like, oh, I would catch a grenade for you. It's what? Throw my head on a blade for you. It's like jump in front of a train for you? I'm sorry, this sounds like suicide methods to me. Like Bruno, maybe it's not her. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe I think if you were in a better place, you wouldn't be taking this so badly. Maybe you're just looking for an excuse, like what's going on. So it's just always been a bit icky to me, this grenade. I'm not trying to ruin anyone else's enjoyment of it if you do. I mean, I doubt there are people who still really like this song. But it's just kind of weird and gross feeling. Again, who can relate woo? Right, Bruno? You're gonna see this, Bruno, right? Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars, apologize to me. Apologize. Okay. I'm gonna look at the next song. My computer turned off. Oh right. Give Me Everything. Pitbull featuring Neo, Afrojack, and Nair. I don't even fucking know who those last two people are. But this song, interesting. Sure. Give me everything tonight because we might not get tomorrow. Let's do it tonight. A song that could have come out in 2011. Now, if somebody made this song now, it would be too on the nose. People would be like, ew, we can't dance to this at the club. You're making me want to call my mom. I want to call my mom. I'm sorry. I have those intonations that I do at the end of a joke. I don't know. I didn't write these jokes ahead of time. If you couldn't tell, I come up with them on the fly. But anyway, Give Me Everything. The sentiment truly won for 2011. I feel like it was also pre Blurred Lines, very obviously. Like, Blurred Lines was like the moment where people were like, hey, so why rape anthem on radio? Why we sound like we doing rape on the radio? And then after that, I think people generally were a bit more cautious with their lyrics if they were making pop music. But Give Me Everything, it's like you listen to it, and I'm not saying it's on the level of Blurred Lines, not at all. But it's like just pushy. It's a pushy song. It's pushy about fucking. And I'm sorry, but there are many things you can be pushy about, and fucking is not one of them. Sorry. I like Neo's voice. I think he has a good voice. I think Pitbull sounds like he's having a good time. But is his girl having a good time? Is she? Because it kind of sounds like she's not interested in having sex, and you're saying something bizarre to try to get her to have sex anyway. So grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. If somebody did that to me at a bar, I am leaving. I'm literally leaving. So that's my take. Now, E.T., Katy Perry featuring Kanye West. Ew, boo. This song sucks so bad. It blows chunks. It blows chunks like I did that one time I accidentally drank half a bottle of gin with my friend. It wasn't even good gin. Now, the instrumental, it sounds like a broken trash compactor processing slime that a child made with their mother's kitchen ingredients and then realized was not good enough to use and therefore discarded. That's fine. That's a fine description. Or like a malfunctioning children's toy. Your parents bought it for your child. So your parents, their grandparents, bought them a gift for Christmas that if they had asked you, you would have said no. No, that's going to be really annoying. That's going to be really loud. Therefore, they're going to be using it all the time. It's going to annoy me for weeks and they're going to lose it. and they're going to be sad and they're going to ask for another one, and I'm going to tell you not to get one. But you didn't ask me beforehand, so I couldn't tell you not to get the first one, right? And then it breaks. It's that toy broken. And the trash compactor thing. So I just, yeah, the instrumental just sounds horrible. And then the fucking, like, E.T. extraterrestrial alien sex. It's just, I don't think it's the finished product sounds like what Katy Perry and Kanye West were aiming for. Though to be honest, I don't really think Kanye West was aiming for much. I think he was more like, right. So I'm guesting on a weird song about weird sex. So I'm gonna say some weird shit. This is the one where he says pockets on Shrek, right? I think this is the one where he says pockets on Shrek. I have no words for that. It's just, it's like, I don't understand why you would just have so little to say that you would start making outdated pop culture references that didn't even make sense as like a sex joke. Like, I understand outdated pop culture references that don't make sense when it's just in a regular pop song. But in this kind of like, kind of weird, oh, imagine we're kinky. We're not, but imagine we are song. Like, so off base. So off base. And then just, I mean, obviously you can't imagine Katy Perry and Kanye West going at it. Like he says, first I'm a disrobe you, then I'm a probe you, right? I think that's something that he says in the song, and it's like, are we supposed to be imagining that Katy Perry is being abducted by alien Kanye West and then getting probed? Because, I don't know, there's just something about that image that's not doing anything for me. I just have to say. I can't see it. I can't. And also the last thing about it is E.T., I feel like there was a big movie called E.T. for children. I feel like that was still a high association point in 2011 for the phrase ET as a thing. So I don't really know if the sex song thing is really going with that. I think there's a bit of a mismatch there. Just use alien. Just say something else. Say something else, please. Now Firework is next. Is number 3. No. There are people who like Firework, the song. People who think it's good. Me, I find it annoying. It's like, but you know what it feels like to me? It feels like, the national anthem for the United States of America, but like, only for 2011 to 2015 or so. Like, I really associate Firework with the United States of America. I don't know why. And but it was a very period specific anthem, I would say. And so now it feels like an outdated US anthem to me. And now I'm in New Zealand, as you know. So it just feels more generally as if there is like I'm calling back to a past where I was ignorant. And wow, this is really personal. I don't think it's gonna go over well for everyone else who's watching this. But my general point is, I think it wasn't actually just me. Firework was more generally associated with patriotism, and patriotism in the Obama era. And I think patriotism in the Obama era for the US has become very out of style. That's generally my feelings. I feel like Firework was like an identity anthem of the Obama era. And so for that, it will always remind me of warmth and goodness and things that are nice. But things that were only nice because I didn't understand what was actually going on, and upon revisiting is only sour and sad and lost. You know, just a really complicated swirl of emotions around a nothing of a song. So that's how I feel about that one. Now, Party Rock Anthem, it's bad. Don't like it. Don't like it. Sexy and I Know It had a minimal purpose as like a song for annoying perverts. And Party Rock Anthem is like that, but without the annoying pervert. So basically like nothing. So basically like, why would you exist? Why would you choose to exist when you could simply not? When you could simply just not have made that, guys? And what really gets me is like LMFAO, they're like nepotism babies, sorry. They were like, they only got the music out that they did to the popularity that they did because they were related to somebody from like the original Motown scene who was like really famous, which makes a lot of sense. I feel like Party Rock Anthem is what would come out if you paid a lot of attention to trends and were also a nepotism baby. That's just the vibes of it. It doesn't sound good to me. It sounds bad actually. And it just is like if you had a weird song like Sexy and I Know It and you sucked the perversion out of it, so there was nothing left. That's my it still goes off a little bit at a club, but not enough. Not enough for me to warrant the vague loss of emotion that I experience, the anhedonia that I experience when it is played. The last song, number 1, was Rolling in the Deep by Adele. This one might be short because I really like this one. I think there aren't enough esoteric breakup anthems that reach the top of the charts. Okay? There's too many that are specific or like pop knoll. You know, that's a new term that I just coined, pop knoll. It's when the lyrics are so broad that you know what they're talking about, but like you can't picture the person singing it or the perspective it's coming from outside of the singer themselves, what you know about them. But like you listen to Rolling in the Deep and you're like, wow, that's esoteric. It's not broad. It's also not directly like, and I was wearing a yellow dress when you dumped me kind of shit, but it's like you feel like you're looking in on maybe a private phone call where you're being gifted this glimpse of someone else's like strong and specific emotions, if not the specific situation. You know what I mean? And for that, I think it's interesting. Obviously it sounds great. Obviously Adele is a great singer, and obviously the melodies are compelling and the instrumentation is timeless. But that, you know, you already knew that. You already knew that. I just find, you know, with these videos, I just find my way to discuss something in a way that is a complete tangent that you did not need, but will somehow, hopefully, maybe give you the source of a tangent for yourself. That's my goal, okay? Is I say something stupid and unnecessary, but also you haven't heard it before. And so you're able to take that to think something stupid and unnecessary, but also that you haven't thought before, so that you can continue your day with not bored. So that you cannot be bored for the rest of the day because you're going off on a tangent based on something that I said. That's just my hope. That's just my hope, is that you're not bored, and that I helped you not be bored for a longer period of time than if I had just said, wow, good song, bad song, good song, bad song, 5, 4, 8, 10. I hope I accomplished that today and that it wasn't too much of a jumbled mess. It probably was, but I don't really care. I never do. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Love you. Bye.